everyone, my name is Tiffany Lovell and this is
Jory.
And normally I teach the lesson at the 11 o'clock service to the pre-K and kindergarten kids, but it sounds like maybe some more of you will be joining us today, so we're glad to have you. We thought it's about time for the kids to get some lessons at home since the adults are looking at the grown-up TV service every Sunday. So hopefully this will be something you guys can do. So as you know, it was Easter this month, and so if you'd been in church, we would have been talking about Easter all month long. And today we're going to talk about another true story from the Bible. We have our Bible here, okay? And one thing that we know from the Easter story is that Jesus is alive. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about today, when Jesus was alive after he rose from the dead. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Our story is about Jesus and his friends. Jesus died and came back to life just like he said he would. Jesus' friends knew that Jesus is alive because they saw him and they talked with him and they even had breakfast with him on the beach. So how cool would that be? Well, one day Jesus told his friends to climb a mountain. Okay, story helpers, I want everyone to stand up and pretend like you are climbing a mountain. So how would that look? We're going to climb the mountain because Jesus says he has something to show us. Climb, climb, climb to the top of the mountain. Okay, shoo! We made it. Thank you, story helpers. You can sit down now. Okay, Jesus' friends did what he said, and they met him on the top of the mountain. And when they were on the mountain together, Jesus told his friends he had a very important job for them to do. And it's an important job for all of us to do as well. Do you know what it is? Say, I want to know.
I want to know.
Okay, Jesus said our important job is to tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and that we can follow him. Wow, that is a very important job. Do you think we can do it? Sure we can. Stand up, story helpers. That's you. Stand up and let's say it together. Just say what I say and do what I do. Go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and we can follow him. You're doing great, story helpers. Let's do that together again, just so we can remember it. Jesus said to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and you can follow him. Okay, I want you to turn and tell your neighbor. We're going to say it one more time just so we can practice it. Turn and tell your neighbor. Jesus said to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and we can follow him. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So that is the important job that Jesus gave us to do. And he told his friends on the mountaintop, and then they were his disciples, the ones who followed him. They continued to tell the whole world about Jesus. And that's how the church began. He's telling us to do this today. Jesus wants us to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and we can follow him. Jory, who is alive?
Jesus.
Who is alive?
Jesus.
Jesus is alive. That is the good news. We're going to go ahead and say a prayer, so if you can close your eyes, fold your hands, we're going to thank God. Thank you, God, so much for this example you gave us of Jesus telling his disciples what to do. And we're his disciples too. We love Jesus, we follow Jesus, and we want to obey him. So help us to be brave and help us to remember our one job that Jesus gives us to do, the most important job he gives us to do, is to go and tell everyone, everywhere, that Jesus is alive and we can follow him. Amen. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.